Oh, nice. There you go, Chris. Way to start the podcast right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on a wonderful 80-degree Saturday. We are starting very early today. No, you don't want my wallet, bud. We started, 11 o'clock with a couple beers on a nice 9-hole golf.
Just more like
some of us started at 11:30.
Oh, some of us do not know.
So it was like 12:15.
No, yeah, and so thank you for joining us. If you're a first-time listener, we appreciate you checking us out. If you're like we like to call in the business, a repeat customer, Chris, thank you for joining us again. Check us out on Podcast SMP for Instagram and Twitter. Shoot us an email at the smpodcast@gmail.com. Chris McGraw should be flaunting his beautiful T-shirt, but he doesn't have it on today.
No, I was going to wear it for golf, and then I saw you wear yours, and I didn't want to
We
get
could have
mine
been
all sweaty.
twinsies.
I didn't want to get mine all sweaty.
Yeah, but
Knees weak, arms heavy.
it was. You know what? The shirt was actually very comfortable in the heat. Like it wasn't like one of those ones where it soaks up all the sweat. It didn't feel heavy. It was nice.
That's good.
So we do well, and that leads us into we have shirts. So if you're looking for a Saturday Night Pregame T-shirt, check out our Instagram, and then just hit us up, and we'll get you one out there.
As long as you're size XXXL.
Yes, yeah.
5X's are larger.
We got one for Chris at the XXXL, and for some reason he thought losing weight was a good idea.
It was.
Chris also is Mr. Clean in Reincarnation. I don't know.
Chris is rocking. Well, he's like a combination of Mr. Clean and the Brawny Man now. Like the Brawny Man's got a beard.
Yeah, he does.
It's not
Mr.
accurate.
Clean is completely chrome domed. Not a single. Doesn't even have eyebrows. No facial.
But he has an
hair.
earring, and Chris doesn't have an earring.
We can work on that.
Chris has a
No,
nice,
that's not going to happen.
clean shaved head and a beautiful, luscious beard.
And it's hilarious. Every time I look in his forehead, I can see myself. So I'm just looking
There's
at
a lot of
him.
glare coming off of that dome.
I just love it.
Your head was quite shiny for those.
Oh, yeah, with a little bit of
was.
listening. Oh, yeah. We also have our water boy, Patrick McGraw, here today. Sexy Pepsi looking good as always.
Is it water boy?
Oh, he's going to be the water boy, the beer guy,
Water
the whiskey
bitch?
guy.
I thought it was water bitch.
Whoa. The language, young man. Wait,
That does not count.
That doesn't count.
that doesn't count.
not
Well, we got to
count.
come up with the definition of the swear word then. Is it just the F word? Is that what we're
I
saying?
can refer to a small female dog for all you know.
Is that's the, was that ever really
I guess could you get away with
I
like
think-
8 o'clock at night? Could you get away with hearing that word on the
I believe
TV?
you could, yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
When you put the word bitch in the movie Ant Life, and that's Disney and Pixar movie, and they don't bleep it out,
Was it really?
yes.
What was that?
Wait,
in the
A
part?
Bug's Life?
Yeah, or not A Bug's Life, the Ant one.
That's yeah.
Oh, I did
not
The
not-
one
Disney.
with Sylvester
That-
Stallone in it.
That one is not Disney though.
Just
Just to be
Pixar.
clear, yes.
Who
Or
cares?
no,
It's still a kid's movie.
Pixar is Disney, and yeah, you're right though. Sorry, semantics.
Is that ants with a Z?
What wasn't? Didn't they? Oh, the Bugs Life is one that they have at Disney World.
Yeah.
Okay, but hold
Yeah.
on. What do you remember? What part in the movie that they said it or no?
I do not know.
Okay, because
I remember a girl making a big stink about it in freaking grade school. She's like, my little sister watched that movie and they said the B word. I'm like, bitch. You can't say that. I'm like,
okay,
I
so on
believe
that
I
note,
just did.
You know what? That's kind of funny because you guys have all seen the stuff with Disney. You know that, and what's the Mousetrap? I think, or no, is it the Mousetrap?
The great.
That's a right. Or no, not
Rescuers
the,
Down Under.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Where legitimately,
It's a naked lady in the window. Yeah.
that's insane. That's absolutely insane.
Wait, is this an animated movie or a...
Yes,
It's an
Yeah.
animated movie. It's actually a really great movie. I love it.
Yeah.
But
Now we know
in
why I love
a,
it
in,
so
a
much.
scene, they're like dive bombing. So it's honestly it's like a frame or two of the thing. But there's a naked woman in one of the buildings. Like
Like an animated naked one?
no. It is a live
There's like a picture of it. Yeah.
filmed like thing of a woman like undressing or something like that.
So, Joe, did you wear the tape out of this particular...
Joe was the one who found.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
how do you think that was found? Like, is that the guy?
Joe Pierre's like, hold up! Rewind!
I was like, I know naked chick anywhere. There was that naked chick in that window.
I was like, pause, enhance. Enhance.
No, but seriously, how do you think? Would you think this at some point that guy just gave it up and was like, "Hey, check this clip at this
He
point"?
probably told a friend, and then the friend just kept blabbing it to people. You gotta imagine, like after he left, like Disney,
Maybe after it
he
came
probably
out,
told somebody,
maybe
he's like,
after it
"Hey,
came out.
watch this part of the movie," and pause like right here, and you'll see something that I did.
Maybe he started a blog after the movie came out later on.
You know, it's kind of funny. Well, that's not funny, but just kind of related to it. It's a blog. Lauren was telling me about a friend that she had in high school, and she's got like a YouTube blog that they just go to like the Disney. Like she's like almost Frank and Jess.
Wait, isn't a blog like a written thing?
Well, no, you can have a video blog.
Or
called
video
a blog.
That's a vlog.
Yeah,
Okay.
video blog, vlog. He one letter. You know what he meant.
No, I actually didn't. I was confused.
Semantics. Oh yeah. He's
you know,
Not accurate. Not accurate.
Pat Lynch was picturing you sitting at a computer reading like an online
Yeah,
diary.
I was like, is it like a video that plays
these
the words
motherfuckers
coming up?
Okay,
Pat Lynch is calling shenanigans because Pierre doesn't read.
Quick thing. 5 minutes in. Mother effer. That's definitely not allowed.
Wow.
That is.
well, you guys have been saying bitch for the last fucking 10 minutes. I don't know where we're at anymore on this stupid swearing stuff.
Now we're just
It's-
dropping
I'm
F-bombs
confused.
like, hey, Peter, tell your fucking story. And Pat, shut the fuck up.
Thank you.
Floodgates have been open. Woo!
I blame the bitch word.
Semantics.
This
Semantics.
is all Pepsi's fault, all right? We're perfectly fine until Pepsi shows up.
It's not the 5 beers that we had on the golf course. It's Pat Lynch starting with the B word. All right. Okay, so to the story was, these two, all they like their vlog is they go to the Disney parks and they walk around. They go on the rides and stuff.
Call it all the pedophiles.
And you probably call it. There's a ton of them. And they go to like the restaurants and stuff. But like they have like 15,000 viewers. And in my head, I'm thinking like, how many people? There's got to be a million people who do this. Who
Wait.
just
Hold on.
yep.
Do they do this like how do they live in one of the states that has the park?
No, they just. I think they do it like. That's a good question. I should ask.
Well,
them.
Franklin goes
I
like
don't
he
think-
goes like what
yeah.
once a year.
It's going
Yeah.
this year, he told me.
Yeah, I
Oh, is
just
he really going? He's going. No, he's going to Florida. He's not going to Disney World. He's
Yeah,
going
he's
to.
going to
No,
He
say
told
that?
us that he
Florida
was
has
not
a
going.
Disney World.
He told me like an hour ago that he's
No.
going to Disney World.
Florida, Orlando.
There's some
Disney
kind of thing
World,
there he's
and then
going.
Disneyland. I think
is
is
in
California.
California.
There's some kind of thing he's going to there.
What's
Oh,
up?
he told us he was going to Florida, but they weren't going to.
Yeah.
Maybe
They're
maybe-
open to like 50% capacity now.
What is
Yeah.
are blogs and vlogs? What is it?
Blogs and blogs.
What do the acronyms stand for?
All right,
Are they
pass me the
acronyms?
whiskey. This. My head's hurting today.
I don't know, Pat Lynch. Why don't you Google it for us?
Yeah.
Get on the line and Googles it. Pepsi, hand me my phone so I can Googles with Pat Lynch.
What are we googling?
What blog and vlog mean if they have an,
Okay,
if they're an
that's
acronym
good.
or not.
So today we're starting with
Assuming-
a trusted friend, Coors Light, and a classic summer beer with a line and Kugel Summer Sandy. Joe is drinking a Spotted Cow, and I'm starting to break open the
It's
whiskey.
literally, a vlog is literally short for a video blog. Like that's stupid.
Okay, now Google blog.
Who wants whiskey? Who needs some whiskey?
I'll take
Well,
one,
we're doing a
please.
little
Thank you.
Penelope today. This is one of our favorites.
Oldie but a goodie.
Acronym blog stands for weblog, weblogging,
Yep.
better listings on Google, buy locally owned group, Canada, and big load of gossip.
Big load of gossip.
Which Penelope is this, Joseph? Is this the
He only
lighter
has-
or the
he only-
darker?
he's
Oh,
only
this
one.
is the lighter.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. McGraw, can I have your cup, please?
I did not say I was partaking right now.
Okay.
Well, thankfully you don't have ice, so we can pour it just for fun.
Yeah, and it sits there.
You know,
And then-
you know what's going to happen?
Okay, so
It'll-
we're gonna,
At the end of the podcast,
it'll
we're
aerate
cooling
like a
your
wine.
face.
you know what's great?
I'm gonna
Chris
start
has
it.
got so much confidence. Like before, he never talked. And what are we at? What time are we at?
We're at 8 minutes.
I haven't shut up yet.
Last
Chris has
week
never stopped talking.
and this week are
We're
unprecedented
gonna get
times.
so many comments about Chris to shut the fuck up.
No, Chris is great. Okay, so we've tried this 2 weeks in a row, and we've done a pretty good job. What's going on in your guys' life? What's happening? What's the anything that's popped out this week you wanted to talk about or going on?
I may kill Sexy Pepsi if he doesn't give me my damn energy drink.
Okay, Mr. Clean. You're okay. So Chris,
I'm on timeout. I'm on timeout.
Mr. Clean is a little angry. Joseph, how you doing? How's your week?
You asked
going?
if I had something going on. I just told you.
Yeah, I see that you want your energy drink, and he's not going to be smart enough
I
to
said it
get
was in the freezer.
It's
Numb
in the
nuts.
freezer on the top shelf.
It's verbal
It's
abuse. It's
kinda-
not gonna
it's-
be not gonna get
out.
approved.
It's kind of dead center to the whole situation. Hold on, I'll grab it.
Mind you, this
Okay.
this freezer is only like it's what like 3 by 5 at the most.
Joseph's in a brand new apartment. He's cohabitating. His dog
Oh, did
is
it fall? Did
probably
you
takes up
break it?
half this apartment.
Yeah.
Pat, how you doing? How's your week going?
Who the fuck took it
It's
out?
pretty uneventful.
I don't know.
honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quiet.
Did you with the tax season done? I hope everybody got their taxes done. We tried to tell you last week, but actually, when I listened to the podcast when it came out, I was thinking, yeah, us telling people to get their taxes done on that Monday when it came out, like there was no chance you were gonna get your shit done on time, unless you were a TurboTax type of
File
person.
extension.
I filed an extension.
Would you like some Mountain Dew, Joseph, for your Penelope?
Let me. I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'll take it. I'm gonna have a sip just as
Yes.
is, so I can appreciate
There's
it.
a large Mountain Dew, Joseph.
It is. So I was gonna get like
The half liter.
I was gonna get the tiny little cans. Didn't see those. I also had to piss like a mother, and so I was rushing through the store, and they had the small bottles.
Yeah.
Only saw the small bottles. I was like, this is too much. And then I saw this enormous bottle, and I go, you know what? That's the right
That's
amount.
perfect amount for two guys.
Well, if you mix that amount with the whiskey you got, you should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
1-to-1 ratio.
When did the family come in, Pat?
9 a.m. today.
Yeah.
Yep. And I was out of the house by 10 a.m.
How long have you seen them for? Like 2 seconds?
Probably a grand total of 15 minutes.
Wow.
That's a good move because you're only there. You only have to be polite and nice for all of 45 minutes.
I'm George Costanza it up, baby. They leave 'em on a high note. They haven't got sick of me yet. They're like, hey, maybe he's a nice guy, and I leave.
It's such a delight.
Pat, let's
Katrina's
go
like,
into George
spend more than an hour.
Yeah.
Pat's doing the George Costanza.
An hour, Pat.
George,
20
I'm at
fucking
work.
minutes.
Pat, I'm at work. Call me back. I really need to talk to you. Pat picks up the phone. Hey, how's it going? Probably should have tried you at work. I called you on the home phone. My bad. Give me a call back.
Her family's very nice.
Yes. No.
For
So
the-
is it Katrina's mom, dad, and sister, or just mom and dad?
Mom, dad, sister, and the 2 dogs.
Oh. Get the whole.
So do they drive them?
They flew in.
Oh, okay.
Dogs are in
And this is all for the grandfather's birthday, right?
Yeah, next weekend.
How long are the parents staying in? All week?
No, they're going to Wisconsin tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
And then they're gonna be there. The mom's staying for like a month, and then the sister and her dad are coming back next weekend, and they're flying out I think Sunday morning.
Wait, so they're leaving? Oh, they're going.
They're going up all week, yeah. But
Is this the mom or the dad's dad?
No, this
the
is
mom's
Katrina's
side.
family.
The mom's,
Mom's
okay.
side.
Or
The mom's-
Katrina's family.
the mom's dad. Yes.
Okay, you got a full house tonight, baby.
Is this the one that asked you to like have a nice whiskey drink at like 9 o'clock in the morning?
I'm pretty sure that old man cannot drink me.
Well, Pat, you're kind of a pansy these days when it comes to drinking. Actually, we did do five beers, and I was like, I felt much better.
Well, he doesn't drink the beer. He's drinking the hard stuff, and I'm not
He
equipped.
starts early, huh?
I'm not equipped for that kind of game.
We probably sweat all of that beer out.
Oh, yeah.
While we were out there.
I didn't sweat that much actually playing golf for a change, surprisingly enough.
I thought it was hotter after playing the 9. I went inside, showered, came back outside. I was like, holy crap! Did somebody put it on the oven? Because it was insanely hot. I felt it was much more. It was much warmer than when we were playing golf.
Oh, really? Okay.
Joseph, how's your week going, baby? We got Pat Lynch with the family parent laws in, and he's got nothing going on. How's work? Same old shit?
Work is good. We just the first accountant that we hired started this week. And
Joe's
then
future replacement.
next one started. Dude, there's a guy like moving in departments from accounting to the project management, like the construction side of things. So he's gone. So it's just me and my boss. And we had planned on hiring someone, so now we hired 2 people, which is great. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was just a lot of training, long days, slow.
Are you in the
It's
office
like-
or are you not in the office?
Yeah, I was in the office. It's a double-edged sword, right? Because you get a new person in, and you're like, this is great, they're going to be able to help. But for the first, week or 2, you're showing them, and then they leave, and then you do the work. So you're working late anyways.
I did all my training remotely with my.
Oh, really?
With our accounting group, the firm that we own and run, DLM Tax and Accounting, never better time to look for a new accountant than right after the last tax season. We're working with this group, and they've actually hired an on-site accountant. They're getting so big, and this individual came on for a week. No, it might have been 3 weeks, and she's already quit.
Oh, is this the company that they're trying to get rid of you with?
Yeah. They can't. I'm
Keep bringing you back, baby.
Wait, so
I'm a disease they can't get rid of.
How does that work? They're like, hey, we're hiring a person.
Yeah,
Do
and we're
they
gonna
ask you? Do they ask you to train this person,
Nope.
or No, so they're like, all right, bye.
Well, no. That's like they leave me on.
No, they leave Peter on. They have like him on telephone calls. Where
they talk about how I'm getting the boot, and I found out this week that lady quit last week, and so they're like, Peter, can't have you go anywhere yet, baby.
Can I just ask you to?
Yeah.
I need you to work this weekend, please.
No. Oh, I have voicemails. I have emails. People were calling me yesterday. I've taken the stance for this weekend. Nothing. You're not getting a hold of Peanut Girl this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm
and rightfully so.
Dude, I was that Tuesday. So it was me and Chris had our first day off. Probably legitimately our first day off since probably skiing.
Yeah.
And Tuesday was phenomenal. We freaking got up late, worked out in the middle of the afternoon. First of all, I would love to understand how the gym could be so packed at 1 o'clock
on a 12:30, 1 o'clock on a
People
Tuesday
work from
afternoon.
home, so they can go.
That's what we're thinking.
they want.
Lunchtime, maybe.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Then we got a million steaks and just grilled, and you can check all that out at Podcast S&P on Instagram. There's some really good steak pictures. And then but the crazy part is last night I went to Gibson's, which is a famous steak joint in Chicago. It's also on the League, but you know what's weird? That bar that they have, Gibson's, like the
not the
Gibson's. Oh, not at all.
No. That is a set.
Yeah,
100%.
No, but it doesn't represent
not even close.
Gibson's at all.
No.
This is way fancier than that place.
Yeah. Well, even they could have the Chicago Fire or PD or whatever. They do Lottie's, and they somewhat get a little bit of the Lottie's vibe. The League got nothing.
Oh no, it is. Yeah, I mean it's like,
I literally walked around looking is there a spot that could have been interpreted on the League?
No, they just took the name, probably licensed it, and then just went with it.
Nice. But I had steaks there last night, and I honestly thought my steak might have been just as good. It was not I've always thought that I could never make a steak like a steakhouse. I don't think that's true anymore. If you can get the right cut meat, I honestly think you could do.
Yeah.
I made a ribeye that day. It was really good.
Yeah. I heard you got the Traeger, Pat.
I did.
Oh yeah, talk about that.
How's that going?
Yeah.
It's going well. Got it seasoned and it's ready to go. Had a steak the other night. First thing I cooked on it.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
What did you okay, that's what I was actually going to ask. What was your first thing? But it was a steak, huh? That's awesome.
Walk me. So I don't know much. I mean, I've heard of the Traeger.
You said it and you forget it.
Is
so
that
you
really
said it and forget it.
It's a wood pellet burning grill.
We lost Chris.
Which I just use the traditional ones currently. I didn't get too adventurous yet with the different kinds of pellets.
I'm a pecan.
Yeah, so I just wasn't sure, so I wanted to get the traditional start out with. Basically, you can cook it kind of two ways. You can set the temperature to whichever you want it to be. So if you really want to cook something quickly like a normal grill, you would turn the temperature all the way up to 400 or 500 degrees, and you can grill thing which you have a little bit. It's got more flavor to than the other stuff. And if you want to, cook things, you could smoke stuff, so you cook it at a lower temperature, low and slow type of deal.
It's much. Flavor. So when I did my steaks on Tuesday, I did it on charcoal grill. I've absolutely loved. I didn't have any lighter fluid, so I kept hitting it with gasoline, and I kept thinking this is probably not good.
Hank Hill was not.
Wait.
Yeah, you taste the meat, not the heat with propane. Peter.
No, bro.
Wait, when you say you did it with
propane?
gasoline, you don't mean
that's the
car gasoline.
No, gasoline.
Gasoline. I was hitting
Not the lighter fluid, baby. Gasolina.
He was throwing actual gasoline?
I was getting a little taste of it.
He was doing like the Salt Bay. He was sprinkling a little gasoline on the charcoal.
My propane
you
grill.
gonna die!
You're
gonna die!
My propane grill that I threw out lasted approximately 2 hours.
You know the best because the Sears is a big department store that used to be run out of Chicago, and there's literally none left in Illinois at all anymore.
No,
the
I
last
don't think
one
they exist anywhere.
The last one just went. No, I think there's still a couple, but
really?
they're on their way out. But they had so much money that they had a 20-year runway to die. That's Kodak, the film.
Yeah.
They have they have so much money because they made so much money in the film industry that they have so many years that they could just die. That's how it's going. Nintendo, same thing. Nintendo has $1 trillion in cash.
Oh,
but Nintendo, they're still making money.
They're still making I feel like their system, their way of making money is, let's produce a new console, let's sell it under demand, Like, let's produce less than the actual demand is, and then we just sell this sumbitch for months.
Let's make
and
Mario
years.
95.
And then, hey, let's make a different version with slightly better stuff, and then all the Nintendo fanatics will buy it.
Well, the Wii
and
thing
then,
was popular for them, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, every system has been. The GameCube. The
was
Wii.
fun.
The fucking Switch now is huge. And they're talking about making like a high-definition Switch. And people are chomping
Does
at
the
the bit
Switch still
for
use
it.
cartridges?
It does, yep.
Well, I don't know.
They-
I know their
funny
obsession
enough-
was with cartridges. I don't get that.
Funny enough, they
Some
had
people
to...
like that old school vibe.
Yeah.
But no, that's their
nostalgia.
thing. Like they
Yeah.
wouldn't use like N64. They wouldn't use discs. And then
Yeah.
they're all another thing they use. They don't use this. And shit.
I mean, the GameCube used discs, but they were the small little ones. But their cartridges are so small now that they became choking hazards, and they had to put a chemical on the cartridge so that I have a couple. You can literally lick it, and it will make you just like jump because it tastes. They had to forcibly include this in the production so that people wouldn't swallow it.
Wow.
So they put this terrible taste on
Well,
it.
not people, little children probably.
Yeah.
So you like the
Or
taste.
Dum
And
Dums.
Joe.
So Joe likes to
And
taste, so he
Joe.
licks it every so often. He's like having a bad day. He's like, ugh.
It's like that. Have you ever seen the
It's like a 9-volt.
what's the Epsom or not Epsom salt, but like the salt, like the smelling salts?
Oh, it's not. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
did-
yeah, kind of like that. Like it really is. Like holy shit.
You know, I've never done that before, but they did it on a Bad Friends. Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee did it, and like they're like it's insane. Like
That shit
Weightlifters, that's what weightlifters do.
yes, what's it? The Mountain does when he was doing it.
Yeah.
That's what they wake people up after they've been knocked out.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
crack
They
that
gives you
and
a
they
shot
throw
of
it on your
adrenaline.
So
nose.
Joe, what's it like?
I think I've never been knocked
Has,
out.
has anybody done it?
No.
I
I've
have.
had- no,
Yeah,
I
I smelt it. Yeah.
I smelled one before as a kid. Like when we were doing like first aid somewhere, they gave us
Oh,
one.
yeah.
They let us smell it, but like that's the only time I've ever. Done
I hear it's like just it's awful.
It
It is.
It's
It
like-
is 100%.
It just
I mean, it
jacks
literally-
you up. It
yeah.
gives you a shot of adrenaline.
It's so strong it wakes people up who are unconscious. Like it is just, and as soon as it gets in your nostrils, it like burns, and you're just like, ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I have no idea. I was literally thinking for 5 minutes while Joe was talking about Nintendo Switch and all that. How the hell we got to that situation? What the hell were we talking about right before there?
My Traeger Grill.
Yeah, new Traeger Grill. There you go. So first suggestion for definitely is you got to do ribs.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that next week probably.
My next thing I want to do is I just don't have the time right now, but I think next week's gonna be a good time. Or no, 2 weeks because we're gonna be in Seattle next week. It's gonna be a brisket.
I'm gonna do a beer can chicken too.
You know what? I've done a beer can chicken. I did it in Lauren's. I did it in Lauren's oven.
Non-existent oven.
Yeah, and it was not great. I just did not like it as much as I thought I would.
Maybe it was the cook. Maybe it was the cooking atmosphere.
It kind of fell apart, and then it was like very greasy.
Did you use the Colorado Kool-Aid?
I did not.
Well,
No, I did.
How do you do beer can chicken? What's it? You
sit
literally
you sit a chicken on a beer can?
really that's it.
We're supposed to season the bird too.
Yeah, I fucking brined the bird. You never in poultry and pork. You never not eat without brining it. It could be an hour brine. It could be 24 hours. Usually, you don't go more than 24 hours. Actually, when you go to 48, that's when it becomes like it's pretty salty. For me, I love salty food. Like last night, I'm cutting into my Gibson steak. I'm salting every piece, and like a little bit of seasoning. They have like their Gibson seasoning.
Yeah,
So I'm hitting it with the salt and a little bit. It was great. But some people, salt wise. But yeah, if you're gonna do a bird, do the 24-hour brine, buddy. Woo! That's how I'm living the life.
How do you brine something?
So get some coarse salt.
Okay.
You want to take a cup of coarse salt. So what I usually do is a Ziploc bag.
Yep.
Take a cup of coarse salt, fill that up with warm water.
Mm-hmm.
Get the chicken in there. Usually what I'll do is I'll take some red chili flakes, toss maybe about a tablespoonful, and you take like just a smidge of vinegar because that vinegar will open up the red chili leaves. So now not only do you have a little bit of salt, you got a little bit of heat. You're never gonna have like those pork chops. There's never been a better. Yeah.
So you would brine it like that, like your chicken that you talked about.
Oh, yeah.
Then you shoved a can up its
But
gander.
Yep.
And
Up
then-
the booty.
and then you just
Moon
sit it.
River.
You
You open the can too.
Well, thank you, Pat.
That's
Thank
actually
you.
yeah.
I was
actually, that's
hoping it would explode, so he would have
into
shards
into
of,
his booty.
Yeah.
That's what you call beer metal can chicken.
That was good. That was on the spot, people. Ladies and gentlemen, that was on the spot. Pat tried.
full metal chicken.
There you go. Hey, that's a little better.
They can't all be winners,
Yep.
And it's good. Like you know what though? I think maybe I would suggest maybe something different than a Coors Light. Something with a little bit more flavor. because you really want to taste. Like I feel like Coors Light's great, but you're gonna get
so a Coors Banquet beer is what you're saying?
yeah, maybe definitely. I can see that.
Get a Guinness.
Yeah,
I bet your Guinness would be good, right?
Old style?
Like,
Old Style for sure.
oh,
We got one of those old
interesting.
like beers.
Hey, anybody out there listening, if you're a beer can chicken fan and you got a beer that we probably should use, hit us up at
If you use
the
the
SMP podcast at gmail.com. Let us know. We'd appreciate it. Real
Oh,
honestly.
since we're talking about crappy beers and putting them in chicken, you guys see the commercial for Miller High Life where they're trying to get the region in Wisconsin to be named after, or like Miller High Life to be like literally come from only one region in Wisconsin, like kind of like Champagne is from like France.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know, High Life I like for beer broths.
I've seen Miller Lite commercials.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
Yeah, they're trying to make like how Champagne only comes from like a region in France called Champagne. They want Miller High Life only to come from a region in Wisconsin.
Do you think if you use Summer
So
Shade?
you can go online and sign a petition. Pat Lynch will wait for your signature.
I'm right
That
on
is 100% a marketing ploy to just
Yes.
get because where I mean it's not like
Who gives a crap?
It's
word
like-
shit.
but
I
they-
actually like the High Life.
the logic there is completely nonsense.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It's like, hey, we're gonna produce
Because
our
we're the
brand
champagne
of
beer, and you're really not the champagne of beer.
We're the-
hey, news check.
yeah,
Not the champagne of beers.
we're gonna produce our brand of beer, which is what champagne is. Like,
I hope
a
Coors Light comes
category.
out with the Colorado Lemonade.
Oh man, that would
We
be
should
cool.
call them and be like, hey, we got a marketing idea. A Colorado Kool-Aid seltzer.
They already have a seltzer.
But
Something that actually tastes good, numbnuts.
yeah, because their seltzers suck something awful.
They all suck in my opinion. That's cool.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, the only one I like is the Budweiser lemonade.
If anybody would like to
I
get a
didn't
seltzer,
know-
I can
didn't know
direct you where to
Coors
get
Light-
some for free.
I didn't know Coors Light did seltzers.
Yeah,
Have
if you
we
buy
had it?
if you
Yes.
buy, yeah,
Yeah,
if
we-
you buy a case, they'll save a river or donate money to a river. Or
Oh,
something.
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. It's actually it's a good thing.
Seltzers
Yeah.
that cares.
Well, that's awesome, Pat. I'm happy for you. That's what I wanted to go to is Pat used to talk about at Sears about the grill he got. He's like, guys, I got this fucking. It was on clearance. I got it. I ran over there. It
was $100, baby.
It was $100.
That's $100, baby. Yeah.
He used to tell me all the time. You see that grill out there? That beautiful silver grill. I got it for $100.
How Pat's eyes lit up when he's like, "Yeah, I got that for $100, baby."
Hey, that's for 3 years, baby. 3 years for $100, not so bad.
Do you
That's
remember?
what-
Do you remember the pizzas? We came out one time.
It was black.
It was on fire, and me and Joe were like, "We're not always gonna eat." And Joe's just picking at it. Before you knew it, the whole, literally black disc of pizza was gone.
A brownie was is less dark than that.
Yes, we were so hungry that night. I don't remember what we were doing. It was just one of those COVID nights where we were
I think
outside.
it took so
Wasn't that the
long
one
on
where-
that stove or
wasn't-
that grill.
Wasn't that the other time where Pat like left and put the hot dogs on and then came back like and his
So that
grill
was my
on fire?
that was my
Oh, yeah.
that was on my the draft party.
Oh,
That was
yes,
that was
yes.
a different night.
Yeah, that-
But
yeah.
Or
that was
the
on
time
fire.
we got burgers and Pat only cooked one to temperature and the other ones were legitimate.
Well, it was also dark as shit. I couldn't see the burgers. That was the reason for that.
Or the time
Hey, does
Sarah
your
was-
Traeger? Does your what is it
Traeger?
called? Traeger? Does it have like a little light in there so you can see now?
No, but it has a beat thermometer.
No, but it has,
Oh,
a,
okay.
it has a little like face panel on the front that tells Pat Lynch, Pat, this meat is at the right
Yeah,
temperature.
it's got a beat probe.
And you get an app on it too. It'll go right to your phone.
Man, how fancy is that?
The best is we're cooking, and this is maybe the second or third time we've ever seen Sarah, and Sarah's vegan, so she had like her own special type of meat. Mm-hmm. So we're throwing it on there, and they're frozen, and Pat leaves, and we come back, and they're on fire.
I asked Peter. Peter looks at me. How do you know what's done? I'm like, I have no idea.
We
Looks pretty dark right now.
We looked up, and they were the other side of some
They're a hockey puck at that stage.
Oh my god!
But she had cheese, so we put cheese, the vegan cheese on top. Of the
No, she had a second burger. Luckily, we found, and we put that one on there.
Oh,
No, she
man.
got both of them, but we put
Yeah,
the
you
cheese
gave
on
both
there.
of them. I remember that.
I felt so bad, and we kept asking, "Is everything okay? It's okay. It's all right. It's not so bad."
I mean, I know the rest of this is meat, but can we get you anything else? Like,
Nice for her to lie to us.
That's probably why we never see her. That's why she doesn't hang out with
I
us.
can't blame her.
She's
You
like,
try
yeah,
to-
Hey
you try-
guys,
you try to
up
feed
my
her-
vegan burgers.
You
I'm
basically
never
trying
talking
to
you
feed
again.
her a brick of charcoal.
You gave her a hockey puck.
I tried. You're the chef master. burger.
Yeah.
You were cooking. You were cooking.
This is the
you had a spatula flipping burgers over there.
That was your $100 grill from Sears, damn it.
That's why I got rid of it. That's why
I
we replaced.
remember just a handful of times.
That won't happen on the new one because the heat doesn't come up. There's no flame.
Never,
Flameless.
Never participated in the cooking because, God, it would have ended up so much worse. But I remember sitting on those lawn chairs or playing bags, whatever we were doing, and that fucking door of the grill, you'd open up the top, and it would just look like
see the fire?
the fires of hell.
Whoosh. You know what it reminds me of?
Whoosh up into the sky.
You know what
Just, it
I'm
looked
still
like
missing Knucklehead.
it looked like a scene from Fantasia when the devil, like when the demon comes up, just whoosh, and I'm like, good Lord, those poor guys lost their eyebrows just now. I'm just sitting here playing bags.
It reminded me of the Burger King commercials where it's like frame boiled Whopper and they drop
Yeah,
the patty and
yeah.
the flames come up around it. Yeah.
Oh, brother. You know what's funny? I always
Smell like
think
a
about-
Burger King too.
Yeah, I always saw it because we used to go to John Jacobs and grill all the time, and he had a gas grill. His gas grill never caught on fire.
He must have cleaned it or something.
He's like, yeah. John goes, I clean it regularly.
Yeah.
You know, after everything.
Yeah,
Pat,
that was
you do that?
The
He
one,
goes,
the one time
you
where,
clean it?
one time where Pat's like his thing caught on fire. He's like, hey, maybe I should clean it. And the next 3 times, you see the flames coming out through the hood. You're like,
Even
hey,
worse. Not like, and sometimes you'd have the hood down, and the whole thing would be.
For the last 6 months, Pat didn't even need propane. It was just a grease fire that
simmered down.
scorched everything.
Simmered in there till I want to cook and then turn it off again.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
The second, before I finally gave up on it, what happened was the third burner on the grill, which is like one of the middle ones. It's like those. I don't know if you've ever seen burners, but they're like long little metal tubes, right?
Yeah.
So this thing has literally split in half, and there's like a literal like open flame that's like huge, like it looks like a campfire in the middle of the grill, just like in there. Like, maybe it's time to get a new grill.
Pat has a broken pipeline in his
Yeah,
grill.
I thought maybe it's gonna like catch on fire too.
You know what? You know what? You should have gone for the $200 one.
Yeah,
Sears.
shoulda.
You should have gone for the $200.
Shoulda.
Maybe next time. I appreciate the Traeger, but we're gonna go back to propane. We'll step it up to the 200.
I tried to get the I tried to see if I could get a replacement part, but it wasn't in the cards. I guess something about Sears being out of business
Not
3 years
in
ago.
business.
You know what my dad used to do talking about Sears? He would get measuring tapes, and he would he worked construction, so he would have to use them all the time. And Sears had a lifetime warranty, so he was literally.
This is
This is probably why. I mean,
big reason. Yep.
My dad alone probably fucking bankrupted him, but he would he would break the measuring tape would get to the point where it's not usable, so he would just cut it and then bring it in and be
when
like,
you call him,
it
when you
broke.
get him on the phone, and be like, no, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
No, he was.
I want a fucking tape measure.
He would just go into the store and he'd be like, "Look, my tape measure broke. It rusted out. I can't use." And they're like, "All right, go grab another one." And that was it.
But you know why they don't care? Because they are getting paid $8 an hour. They're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Give them a new one.
No. I think it was Kmart or Sears. Crap, I can't remember who told us.
Was it
this.
Sears, Home, Kmart?
Yeah.
It's Sears.
No, but
It's
there was
Craftsman brand. It's the
they
Craftsman
used to
brand.
Yeah,
if
Craftsman.
you could return what's Sears? Sears
Oh,
was
you
like
could
you
return,
their return policy was just take it back. So guys like construction people would do paint, and they would bring back maybe not even a quarter of a paint can back and be like, "Hey, this paint didn't work. It sucks."
But they
Yeah.
fixed that eventually, though.
Yeah. But I think it took a very long time.
Too little, too late.
You used to be able to buy houses through Sears catalog.
I remember as a kid the wish book catalog Christmas.
Yeah.
We would sit through that for hours.
You just go through it. Yep.
And get none of
You
it.
younger people, magazines and books used to come to your home, and then you could buy stuff out of it.
That's okay. So that's interesting. So I just redid the mailbox out front because I've been getting other people's mail in the apartment building that I live in. So I put the numbers in.
Did you get the other person with your last
I
name
put
in it?
no.
One of the other two? One of the other
Sometimes, but I'll get Nanette Diaz and something blah and blah, blah and I'm like, how? This isn't even the right apartment number, dude. USPS sucks.
Oh, it's terrible.
A fat dick.
It's absolutely the
Is
worst.
Dave Collis supposed to his
Absolutely
mail at his
awful.
building?
Oh, yeah, Pat, tell him the story about
So
Dave.
Dave
This guy's
Collis
great.
Dave Collis has a mail person that comes to his he lives in a high rise downtown, and when the mail person comes to the thing, he will not. You think he would go there and put the mail in the boxes, right? No. That's not what he does. He goes, takes a 2-hour nap, And then after he wakes up from the nap, if he decides he feels like it, he'll put the mail either in the mail slots. Normally, he just drops it down there and leaves after the fact.
Where's he sleep? Or does he sleep
Right in the lobby.
Oh, yeah?
Right in the lobby of the building, yes.
No,
Dave told me that like he's tried to go down there and sort the mail, and the guy's like, "You can't do that. It's a federal offense." To Dave, and Dave, so like he'll come in, take the nap, bring the mail, and then sometimes he'll sort it. And if he doesn't, he'll be like, "I'll be back to sort it." And there's some days where he'll just not come back and sort the mail, so you can't go through the mail and get your mail.
Okay, but I love Dave to death. But is that like my dad tells stories?
No, I've seen the guy sleeping.
Oh, yeah?
I've seen the guy sleeping.
I don't. Yeah,
I saw the guy sleeping.
I don't
once.
understand the whole sorting thing.
Because
You know,
it's
like
a big
million
building.
boxes,
Like, it's
yeah.
like, you have like 6 boxes
But
in
like
there.
he drops it, and how are people supposed to get their mail if they can't go through it?
When he comes back, he's got to put it in the right spots.
Yeah.
Oh, so he'll drop it and not put it in the box, but you can't touch it until it's in the box.
Right.
Jeez, go.
That's
fly a
but
kite.
that's like you know what killed taxis is being that useless at your job. What's gonna kill the post office is you got FedEx, and they'll make it private. They'll go privatize it, and
Yeah.
instead of like getting your shit together, and I get it. Like listen, hopefully we have some postal workers, and I get that it's not the easiest job in the entire world, but when you go to the post office, it's like you're doing them like you're doing a disservice to them.
Yeah.
I'm just coming here trying to give you money so you have the job. So you can have a job.
Here's a little drop in knowledge for you guys.
Hit me with that knowledge, Joseph.
I recently, just yesterday, took a couple packages to
I'm sorry,
USP.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Beer bitch, can I have a beer, please?
It's yourself.
Wow.
Which one you want?
Can I have a... Well, give me a shandy. Let's stick with the shandies.
All right.
Damn,
So
Joe's now the beer bitch.
hey,
He's cute, too.
looking to help. I
might have to have another whiskey, but go ahead.
yeah, I'll join you. So I went to the USPS just several blocks away from here, and yesterday
That's a real doozy of one over there by the White Castle.
yeah, and went there, brought my packages, didn't have packaging tape, had tons and tons and tons of duct tape. So I closed.
Damn, duct tape?
Yeah.
Duct tape solves every problem.
Exactly,
Every
Chris.
problem.
It's a fucking American way of life.
Except this problem with packaging up your box, I'm guessing.
It is the Swiss Army knife of tapes.
Yes. All right. I come in. I have 2 big boxes. I carry them in, and I walk into this, and it's a very long hallway to the front desk. Like, it's a very long walk. You walk in. They had the labels on there. All right. They had the labels on there, so all I had to do was drop them off. Bring them to the side, and I go, hey, is it okay if I leave these here? Lady looks at it and goes, is that duct tape? I go, yeah. She goes, you can't have duct tape on packages. I said, what? She goes, you can't have duct tape on packages. It has to be different tape.
Joe said, what?
What? Picked him up, started to walk away. She goes, and then she tells me, or says to me, she goes, no one's ever told you that before? I go, I don't even look at her. I'm just so angry because this is such a dumb thing. I start walking out and I go, nope, nobody's ever told me you can't use duct tape. I walked out. I fucking drove back here. I found some packaging tape somewhere. Fucking taped it up. Brought it back. Walked through that long corridor and to the desk. Same lady's still there. It was only like 20 minutes that I was gone.
Did you say, does this
Put
mean
the
your
package-
approval?
That's exactly what I did. I came down, I put the packages down, and I said, hey, and I was trying to be nice because I left the situation very angry. So I was trying to be like cordial, and I said, hey, I looked at her and I was smiling.
I got him!
I was like, hey, it's not duct tape anymore. I got some packaging tape. Didn't even look at me. I was like, fuck you. And I didn't say that, but
You
I
should have
thought
thought
that.
of that. You should have been like,
I thought
hi,
that.
bear.
And I walked out.
I've
And
seen
I was
people throw
like, this
packages
is
at
so...
post office.
I ended up Googling it. It's not a rule anywhere, but the USPS strongly dislikes the use of duct tape on their packages.
Is there a reason?
And the reason is...
It's too good. It's too good. The tape's too
It's
good.
Yeah, they
too
can't see your
fucking
shit.
great. They're trying to take duct tape down. No.
They can't see your
They
shit.
say that duct tape doesn't hold as well on cardboard. So... I don't know what the fuck they're talking about because as I peeled that some bitch off, tons of cardboard followed
What
it.
were you What were you shipping out or whatever?
It was just like donation stuff. Like Sarah, like, so me and my girlfriend moved in together. We had a bunch of stuff that we were donating. Sarah found a charity that we could send our like clothes to, and we just had to ship it off.
The city of Chicago.
We just had to drop it off, and
man, that's such.
And they were yeah. And I was like, and I even came back, and Sarah's used this group before, and she goes, I've shipped tons of stuff using duct tape. It was just such a
one person,
silly ththing.
Listen, I came in. I never use people in the post office. I will adamantly never use them because it's a bad situation. They don't want to work, and I don't have the patience to sit around and talk to you or try to work with you. So when the self checkout is broken, it's my nightmare. Yeah. I came in there one time. I had, as a tax accountant, you mail out a bunch of tax returns all the time, and we take the steps to just make it as easy as possible.
Yep.
Everything's let's go. And this lady, I swear to God, I came up there and I put the stamp in it, and she looks at me and she's like, "You gotta be kidding me!" She's like, "I can't help you." I'm like, "What do you mean you can't help me?" She's like, and I'm like, because it would literally, I'll give her a little bit of a break. It was 2:50. They closed at 3:30. She's like, we're closing soon. And I was like, you're not closed now. And if you got to work a little later, we're going to get this done together. And she looked at me and she's like, and she just started. And it was like 5 minutes. It took 5 minutes to get it done. But she had to have the hissy fit. And then she was trying to be like kind of cordial at the end. I was like, I don't want nothing to do with you, lady. I'm out.
You know what's interesting?
Wait until you have to mail a foreign return. That's a fucking treat.
Is
anything liquid, perishable, or otherwise might blow up?
Oh yeah, I go. It's a bomb.
Listen,
it's not a joking matter, sir.
Bomb.
It's not a joking matter, sir.
No, I would never say that. But
can't say bomb in a post office.
There was multiple occasions, so I had to send out a bunch of tax returns for work, and I took them to the post office, and you write down the address that's written on the tax, on the return, it'll give you send this one to Austin, Texas, send this one to Cincinnati, send this one to whatever. All the ones that I sent to Austin, Texas, every single one, the lady told me the zip code was wrong. And I had taken a couple, and I thought, you know what? I'm tired. It's the end of the day. Like, I'm just bringing these to the post office. Maybe I wrote it down wrong. And then I had a bunch more I had to send out for work. And I took a picture of it. And the lady goes, you have the wrong zip code. And I go, all right, I took a picture. Maybe I'm an idiot. And I was so ready to think I was the dum-dum.
You were wrong? Yeah.
I show her, I go, is this... I look at it, I go, that's... And she told me, she's like, I don't know what to tell you. This is not the right zip code. I go, this is what the IRS is supplying people. There's no way this is not the right zip code.
Also, if you have the right one, put the right one on. We don't have to play games. Like, okay, I don't have it right. Put it on own. And get over it. Jesus. I know, yeah.
It was such a thing. And I was like, the first time I went, I thought to myself, okay, this is on me. Second time I went, I took a picture just to... just in case I did screw it up again, and I'd have it there instead of, in case it was sealed up,
Definitely.
And I was like, no, this is it. This is on you. No. You're doing something wrong. This is user error on your side. No, this is user error on your side. Like,
spend 3 hours waiting for the IRS to get to you, and then you guys can figure it out together because you're both most useless.
We had a situation at work, had to call the IRS, and the guy's like, have you ever called them before? And everything I based it on was on your Snapchats, basically. I go, listen, you're going to be... I said, I'll do it, but I'm going to be on the phone for like an hour plus. I said, I'm probably going to talk to a person. They're going to transfer me. I'll sit on hold for 20 minutes. Then I'll talk to someone else. They'll probably set me on hold again, and then eventually maybe transfer me. Or
and you're probably you're probably you want a power of attorney, and you won't be able to talk to them anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so then you gotta lie to him and say you're this person, but you're really not this person. No, just kidding. You don't do that, Joseph. God, why would you do that, Joseph?
I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson. I talked to my boss afterwards, and I go, "Hey, listen, can I just pretend to be the CEO in these situations? Like, I have all the information." He goes, "Yeah."
I did.
What happened? Called the IRS.
Yep.
Talked to them.
Who are you?
Yep. Gave my name. They said, "Are you an authorized person of the business?" I said, "Yes." He goes, "What's your position?" Gave him my position. He says, "You're not authorized." I said, "All right." Had to call the guy.
Not authorized, bitch!
Had to call.
You're gonna get this.
Had to call the CEO. Get him on the line. CEO was talking about something. They said,
You're not authorized.
We need more information. I had to call our CFO in. It was like a 3, and then eventually they go.
It's like a 5-person call. Joe's like, I just won the I know, damn it.
I sat on this thing, and then eventually we were on hold, and the guy goes, the guy in the IRS on the other side goes, "Can you give me authority to make any decision?" Da 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 da. And the CEO goes, "Yes, he can make all the decisions. He'll take care. He'll yeah." But he goes, "But I'll stay on the phone." He was trying to be very polite, very nice.
Can't stay on the phone.
After sitting on the phone for like 20 minutes, he's like, "All right, I'm gonna go." and the CFO was short, like, "I got another call. I gotta go." I was like, "All right, guys, take care. I got
the IRS is
garbage.
Is the most. But you know what though? It's like it's almost like Christmas if you find somebody at the IRS who knows what they're doing and wants to work with you. It is so refreshing.
Can I also say it is very, and I hope this doesn't come off wrong, but it is very weird to hear someone who's from the U.S.
Oh,
like anytime you call, like if you call for Amazon, you call for this, it's like someone out of the country, or like maybe in Europe. And here you're like, oh, this dude is from fucking Texas.
Yep.
Like you hear, like this is a Texas. It's weird to hear that.
To get that vibe,
yeah.
But
as opposed to other ones, but
super useless.
Probably the most useless organization out there.
You know what though? It's not their
simply
fault.
the best.
Better than all. No, it's not actually their fault though, because it is a little bit their fault, not their fault. When
they're just hot garbage.
When Obama was in office, he hired a Democratic, IRS chief. That person was like really auditing like the Republicans, and then when Trump got in the office, they were like, well, you audited us way too much, and now we're going to take away.
So what I'm hearing is fucking Obama's fault. Everything else,
yes.
Right?
Can I just say something about Obama and Trump and taxes? Not taxes, but stocks. Now that Joe Biden is president,
Fake news.
I miss how well my stocks and stuff was doing. I mean, it was ridiculous.
We're not that far off from the top, though.
The Donald.
You know what though? It's weird because like the futures are up, but you're right, and it depends on what you're in. Are you in technology? If you're in technology has taken a bath for the last month and a half. Yeah. Oh my God, it's so bad.
Yeah.
If you are an owner of,
you're wearing your big boy gloves.
Yes.
Coming all the way up, the way up to the tricep.
I feel like I'm getting a daily.
You're
I'm getting a daily prostate examination.
You're reaching in deep.
I mean, Tesla. I was like, oh, Tesla's like pretty cheap at like $600. No, that was not a good move.
I have some cryptocurrency that I bought through Coinbase.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is going up.
It's just shit bad.
Then I literally was like, I called you guys, or I texted you guys. I go, hey,
should I sell this? Nah, dude. I was like, that it tanks.
I was like, how do cryptocurrencies under like
Peter, give me some soccer bites. Okay.
Capital gain.
Sell the shit. Sell it now.
This is under the capital gain like hierarchy. Like this is how it works. He's like, yeah. I was like, all right, just thinking, like down the line. I don't pay attention to the news a lot of the time. I just avoid it honestly, and I miss a lot of stuff. But I went on to Coinbase after like 4 or 5 days, and I looked, and it is like.
It's a bloodbath.
It's a bloodbath. Cut. Not at the knees, at the waist.
Joe's looking.
I'm tapping, baby. I'm tapping.
Joe was looking like Eddie Murphy from Delirious. It's half.
What could have been a down payment on a house. What could have been a down payment on a house.
Won't even buy me a Big Mac.
It's now a monthly payment on a trailer.
Yeah. Where's that? I'm gonna go down to White Castle. They sell real cheap.
They got 10 slides for $6.99. I'm sold, baby.
The best is, so me and Frank, we've all been. Joe was actually the one who brought up Bitcoin to us. We were days away from getting Bitcoin at $1,000.
Coinbase wouldn't let me get none of that.
They're like, nah. So we didn't get it.
You will never get that.
But so me and Frank have been talking about like crypto. Like we chat all the time on all these different coins.
Yep.
None of us is really we talk, but we never do anything. His dad bought Ethereum at $400.
Yeah.
Bought a ton at $400. And when it was at $4,000, Frank called his dad and was like, "Hey, maybe you should sell some." His dad's like, "I'm gonna wait till it's at 10,000 a coin." And Frank's like, "Listen, I've been through the ups and the downs. This shit's gonna hit the bed at some point." His dad's like, "I'll wait till 10,000." His dad called and he's like, "Hey, remember that time I told you I was gonna get you a Mustang for all the help with the crypto stuff?" He's
Not
like,
anymore.
Not anymore. Not anymore. He lost $100,000 in a week.
Now, here's a question. Here's a question.
But that's unrealized.
Did he lose 100,000 or did he?
Paper gains.
This is
Unrealized.
yeah. So he's still up though, more than likely.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
100.
Oh, I know. It was like
And the other thing we talked about is we've talked about crypto and we hear all these people who just blindly come in and have made like $100,000.
That shit's just getting
Oh,
wrecked.
the whole-
That shit is just getting wrecked
I mean,
right
the
now.
whole
Yeah, is it
reason.
bad?
Yeah, remember when I told you about Chainlink for 24?
Yeah.
It's under 24 now.
We bought. Yeah.
But here's the thing with crypto.
S&P
In all-
stock tips. Stay away.
here's-
Stay away.
here's-
Stay away.
Here's my thing
Yeah.
about crypto.
It's a long term.
Couple things came in like in this last week that really fucking sunk it.
Yeah, well, because of the
The
Peter
whole
McGraw came
China
out and
thing.
said, buy, so it just goes down.
Peter was on Jim Cramer on TMBC. He's like, buy.
And then he goes, today crypto had record losses posted.
Peter forgot to sell when he was telling people to buy. And we're all in.
Remember that
trouble
time
now.
we were gonna sell Litecoin at $300?
Yeah.
He's a little
Everybody-
dyslexic, he gets to buy and it's all confused, it's tricky.
Everybody's in the market. They're like, what's that Peter McGraw guy doing? He's buying? We're going to sell.
Yeah.
Short it!
Yeah. My barber asked Friday. He goes, "Pete, you're a smart guy. What do you think of this crypto stuff?" And I was like,
Stay away.
I'm like,
You're halfway through my haircut. I don't have enough time to go through all of it.
yeah, I was
This shit
starting with
hurts.
them. I was like, well, "Do you want to start with NFTs? Like, I can get you."
If
into
I
that."
give you
Yeah.
10 Dogecoins, can you get a free haircut?
No, but then Frank put it in a good way. Crypto is all hype based, so you got to find the hype stuff.
You know what though? I feel like that's all of, and this is kind of where I was going with it. I feel like this is all, and that's how stocks have been. I feel like for the last several years,
Oh, yeah.
especially with Trump in office. He says something goes up. GameStop is a great example of that.
Yep.
It's just purely hype. It's
Oh, it
not
was all
based
hype,
on
yeah.
financial
Well,
performance.
there was, and then it got to the point where
Oh,
it got in the media.
yeah, then it went
because there
far
wasn't
beyond, yeah.
true. Like these idiots. I'm an idiot. These people shorted GameStop
Yes.
over the amount of shares that were available, so they knew that
But-
they had to buy. So people were like, "Hey, we buy this up. They're gonna have to come in and buy it, and it'll double the price."
Yeah,
So
but that is strictly like that has nothing to do with the financial performance of the business. That is like
I don't think any stocks are related to it because earnings come out good as quarter, but stocks fly up and down every fucking week.
no, yeah,
no, but I mean
there's no logic to it. That's how you, yeah. As an investor, market foolery talks about this all the time. Find don't like you do. Don't look into the news.
Yeah.
Do you know a company? Do you like the company? And then you go look at the financials and feel what's really important with financials is liquidity, cash flow. How are they using their cash?
yeah.
And then you call Stansberry and
That's-
see where it's at, baby.
And here's the other thing with crypto right now. I mean, it is absolutely 100% in its infancy.
Yeah.
This is like
Very smart people are in
finding
crypto.
Kodak
Yeah.
when film was just coming about.
Yeah.
It's going to have its ups and downs, but
There are a lot of people getting burnt right now, though.
I sincerely feel like, well, if they sell out.
So you're saying
I
me burning all
sincerely-
our retirement accounts to crypto is not a good idea?
Not a good idea.
You should do it, Pat. Let it
It's
ride.
already done, Christopher.
Now's a good time to get in.
Yeah, it could be.
Grab it now. Stay
Grab it
you
by
could also do
grab
the-
it by the
I
horns, baby.
got all in Dogecoin.
Frank said a great thing though. He's like, only buy like the top ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
top 5, 3.
Just those are real ones that like Dogecoin is
It's not.
hyped now because
It's a
of
meme.
fucking
Do not.
yeah.
There
It
was no
started
intrinsic
as a
value.
Have you seen the messages from the guy who created Dogecoin? Like this is
Is he like a trillionaire? by
no.
now?
Oh, he's raking it in.
Except,
probably.
except for life.
But the people told him they go, hey man,
Love your coin, dog.
they don't say hey man,
That was a nice
but
pun.
it was
That was a
literally
nice pun,
something
Chris.
along the lines of, hey, did you take into consideration the power consumption and the effect on the environment that it takes to mine your coin? And his response literally was, it took me 2 hours to produce this. No, I didn't get it. No, this was a joke. And now it's huge. And you can look.
And now I'm rich, bitch.
That is like Twitter. That is like from Twitter. Yeah.
Sir, how do you justify blowing up a $5 million mini mall when the girl's ransom is only $25,000? Fuck you, lady.
Yeah, I mean. That was Musk's reason for not taking Bitcoin anymore.
Yeah,
right?
but Musk's in it.
That was his reasoning behind it, right?
Dude, Musk is in a position. I feel like he's
just fucking with people.
I sincerely feel like that guy is such an intelligent guy. I feel like he's fucking with the market and just playing this game of pinball, like throwing out a tweet. Yeah. All right, now I'm gonna sell. Throwing out a tweet. All right, now I'm gonna buy.
I did like when he's like when he's talking about like people are going to Mars. Like, yeah, people are gonna die for sure.
Oh, yeah.
My God!
He's like, none of the rich people are gonna go. All you like peasants will go first, and you'll die.
We'll send some people to die, and then we'll figure it out.
Sexy Peps, your peasant ass is going to Mars, and you're gonna die
for sure. He needs you, baby.
Pepsi's gonna be the first.
They need those cheeks on our space.
Pepsi, you're going to be the first man to go to Mars. You're going to land on. You're going to be the first one to step on Mars.
Yep.
You're also going to be the first one to die.
So watch the Martian Pepsi. You gotta learn how to make potatoes on Mars.
You're going to bend over. You're going to pick up. You're going to try to scoop up some dirt or something. Your spacesuit is going to crack. Your crack is going to show.
It's an ass that no suit can contain.
And then you're going to be dead. But you will go down in the history books.
As the sexiest
As the sexiest man
to die
in space.
Patrick Sexy Pepsi McGraw. You'll have a plaque somewhere on a wall.
And Elon Musk will be like, I told you he was going to die.
Yeah. Buy Dogecoin.
That'll be under your little plaque.
Yeah. Presented by Dogecoin. Yeah. Funding has been promoted. This funding for this program has been presented by Dogecoin.
Jesus Christ.
I'll do a little bit of whiskey.
We do one more little sip as we close this out a little bit. This might be the only time we don't have to rush. It's kind of nice.
That's exactly it. Yeah, we got tons of time.
We got a little bit of time.
We're only at 56 minutes, and it's at 6:08.
So, Joe, when you listen to podcasts, does time do anything for you? Do you care how long a podcast is?
No. I mean, usually if I like the people,
that's
I'll listen to it. I'll come back. I'll pause it. I'll come back and pause it, and then I'll listen to it again later.
I don't know if I want Penelope.
Okay.
I'm gonna think about it.
Chris, what do you want?
I'm gonna think about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Pet is a good
I'm
thinking the
20-year Pepe.
Hey,
we got a little Pepe.
I'm fucking with you.
You know what? For me, honestly, I have not been into the podcast game this week a lot.
I've been starting to listen to a lot of Chris Stefano. I really do enjoy his sporadic. You know what's interesting? There are people I like to listen to, but when I like to listen to them, they're on other people's podcasts.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's my biggest thing for podcasts. Is who's on who.
Like, I like Chris Stefano. I don't like listening to Chris Stefano on his podcast, but I love him coming on to other people.
He was good with Bobby Lee and Tiger Belly.
Oh, man, I listened to that. I kind of like that. I kind of like that a lot. That was the most serious I've ever seen him.
Yeah.
Because he was like, listen. And if you guys don't know, they had a podcast called History Hyenas with him and, I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Giannis Pappas.
Giannis Pappas.
Giannis Pappas.
Let me know, Chris.
And Giannis Pappas came on Tiger Belly previously and just said, we didn't do it, da-da-da-da-da, blah, blah. And Bobby Lee came in and was like, oh, so it was like a Chris Stefano sabotage job. And Chris Stefano came on and he's like, listen, there was a lot of stuff said, but the God's honest truth, if you really want to know, and I never wanted to get into this, he goes, Giannis Pappas wanted to put all our eggs in one basket, and I was not about that. And I think part of it is, honestly, that Chris Stefano is starting to get more and more popular, and his time is spread more and more thin.
Fuck that uppity bitch.
And Giannis Pappas is like, this is my goose with the golden egg. Like, I can only do this. I'm not getting any love from anywhere else. And that I feel like that's what it was. And because he came onto that podcast and he goes, listen, he wanted to do just this. He was upset that I was doing other stuff. And I decided I needed to go on and do other things.
Yeah.
And it was like...
But that's what everybody knew. Like, I don't know. It's not a shock. I feel bad for people who like that podcast, but... I mean,
I don't listen to any I don't listen to like the U.S. does a lot of podcasts with like guests and interviews. I don't listen to many like that.
What do you? Is she
What,
more?
what- yeah, what do you listen to?
I listen to more like I listen to like some Dateline stuff. I listen to more like stories, like things like informational stuff. I listen to a lot of like American Scandal about different things, like Business Wars. I listen to a lot stuff like that.
I'm off the. I used to watch a lot of Wondery.
What is that?
That's where you can get
Like
like
they have a network of stuff, but I like things more like where it's like telling me something like about the story that I had before in the past or things I
Thank
heard
you,
about.
friend.
Not so much. I don't listen to many like interviews and stuff really.
You guys are fancy. I don't want the only podcast that I possibly listen to is probably
Joe Rogan.
the Gas Monkey guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he is a podcast?
Yeah, he's
We
got.
talked about it last week.
I would
Silly
be
Goose.
interested in. Oh, that's right.
He
yes.
talked to Mark Cuban about
What is
NFTs
this
this past week. I haven't tried it yet. You got the same thing. You got Penelope.
I actually listen to a lot of
I
YouTube
just watched
interviews
Competitive
of like
Leaders.
old World War II veterans.
Yeah,
right
we
now.
know. We know.
Oh man.
We know.
I'm watching.
We know.
You know what I did yesterday? So I was
It's like, yeah, we're in World War II, then I had some applesauce. It was great.
yeah,
I watched a
absolutely.
video recently of a guy talking about. I don't know what nationality he was. I mean, that's important to the story. He wasn't German though, but he was talking about war and the how it's romanticized now. But he goes, I was in there. I remember
no,
coming
yeah.
into a bunker, stabbing a man with the knife at the end of my gun, and hit the air just leaving him. And he goes, it was absolutely traumatizing. And then I come back to the camp, and there's these people, people that I'm on their squadron in,
Yeah.
and they're celebrating. And he goes, I was absolutely
Devastated.
that I killed someone and I took this life. And now I think his level of war is so different. Have you ever seen the video of a World War II veteran or it's this like old versus young?
Yep.
Not versus, but an older
Yeah.
person talking to a younger person, and it was an old war veteran talking to a new war veteran. And he goes, yeah, you had to watch out for IEDs. You had to watch out for this. They could come from anywhere. He goes, we had a line. And if you were on the other side of that line, we shot you. And that was it. Like, that was...
Were they like, way to go, boomer?
Yeah. But,
Question
I
for you,
mean,
Peter, on that
it was
stuff.
crazy.
So you listen to all these World War II stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming, are they all Americans?
Yeah, I have listened to a few Germans. The Germans it's you know what? See, it was crazy. So I watched.
Do they still have loyalty to Hitler?
No, no. I don't. Well, you never know. They were all pretty brainwashed.
If we
but
won the war, we'd have been much better off.
Here's the thing, like when June 6th, which is coming up,
D-Day.
D-Day was the Germans had not they were so stretched so thin.
Well, also like they went. To
They didn't eat
also
in,
the
like, 4 or
Americans.
5
They thought the Americans went to the. Thought the Americans had attacked somewhere else than they landed.
1,000%. They did that to Japan too. Japan thought they were going to hit it at a different spot, and then they walked. It was much easier for them in Japan when they actually came onto land because they had confused the shit out of Japan. Where Germany, there were still enough bases there, but the Germans there hadn't eaten in like 6 days.
Yeah, so my question is I never really heard from the German perspective. So I was
Yeah.
curious how you feel.
Well, because unfortunately, all those guys that were running those
they did.
they ain't there anymore.
Yeah, the U.S. wasn't big on, or the Allied coalition wasn't big on survivors.
No, because they couldn't they had to ship you back to England to be a prisoner.
Well, if you
of war.
go, I bet you if you go down to Argentina, you might get some interviews. Might be
There
good
you
ones.
go. No, I thought I told Pat to take a look this weekend, The Darkest Hour about Winston Churchill, and that was really really interesting because these are things again I didn't know. Like I thought Winston Churchill was like this beloved
No, they
prime
hated
minister.
him.
They didn't want him.
The
first guy screwed it up. He almost
before he came into power there, like he tried before and he failed miserably at
Yeah.
the invasion.
Yeah. And then he talks about how he thought that could have worked out, but it didn't.
Yeah.
But he also, like the guy before them, they just wanted the peace treaty with Adolf Hitler, and Churchill was like, no, this dude's nuts. Like he's not gonna. There's no peace treaties. And they talked about how in France, how they got around France was that that blitzkrieg is they just hit right to the middle, and then so they run right through you, and then they come and then so you're like what the, and then you just get shot and killed right then and there.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I'd say Savage War.
And so World War I, what's the crazy thing is like World War I was like looked at as like, oh, this is gonna be great. Like it's gonna be the honorman, like people line up.
People wanted to sign up. People signed up for these wars.
Well, for World War I, because they thought it was gonna be like this cool. Like World War II was one of those ones like nobody wanted to fight because they knew what war was. Like real modern war was gonna be. It was just gonna be a bunch of people dying.
It's only getting worse now. Like if it was a war like that scale now with today's technology, it'd be bloodbath.
I had a really good conversation with Frank about like some of the stuff. Like if there's anything you could take away from COVID, like what were some of the maybe the better things that have come through? One was that U.S. is
DoorDash delivers to your. No, sorry.
That we need to get the premium DoorDash. We're spending way too much money on this fucking delivery bullshit.
No, manufacturing is coming back to America, and
Thanks, Donald.
Why we succeeded in World War II is because we manufactured in the early 1900s. We made everything.
Well, that's what saved the American economy was all the car plants turned to fucking building shit.
I feel like you guys probably, because we all went to DePaul.
Henry Ford's like, cha-ching.
I feel like you guys probably all heard this in some class, but I feel like I heard this in multiple classes while I was in college, is that war boosts the economy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, tons.
Not only it boosts the economy, but the innovation that comes from it. Like from the Iraq and Afghanistan wars, the huge, and it's not really, I mean, it never affected us or like really, but people with amputations and
oh yes, yeah.
I mean, that was one of the largest. I mean, and it was exponential in the production and the evolution of ligaments, like hands and feet, and I don't know what you call them. Prosthetics.
Yeah, prosthetics. Yes,
prosthetics. I mean, it excelled.
Just because, unfortunately, a lot of that.
Because so many people were getting hit with IEDs, and that was the best time to get a new prosthetic.
The other thing too is I think we're much more now aware of PTSD, and that's PTSD in the sense of war, but PTSD in the sense of police officers. PTSD in sense of people who are who've had criminal activity against, Giannis Pappas was it was an armed robbery. Yeah. And he got shot, and he's got serious PTSD from that.
Yep,
that's insane.
Yeah.
Well, tons of women that get unfortunately raped, they have tons of PTSD for years and years and years. A lot of them don't go for treatment because they're so traumatized by they're so embarrassed and traumatized by what happened. Like it's a stigma that's associated with it.
I don't know if that's directly tied to war, but I feel like that is definitely something that has come to light more now.
Well, I think the Iraq war, all those people coming back from Afghanistan and Iraq.
Maybe you're right, yeah.
I think that opens that up to the
that
thought.
Was sort of the arrowhead, because I feel like more and more people now will...
Mental health is so huge.
And I feel like that is something that's become more... I don't want to say popular, I don't know if that's the right word, but it's a lot more accessible, and people are a lot more accepting of that nowadays.
We'll start to get wrap this up, but one thing that... this is so left field, but I thought it was kind of good. We're talking about sexual assault and stuff, but in Florida, I don't know if you guys saw this video, but this 6-year-old girl, I think she was 6 years old. Her mom, the bus usually picked her up in front of her house, but now because with COVID and whatever, she the mom would have to walk the child down to the end of the block. And it's a busy street, and I think it was early last week. Her mom was just she had another baby, blah blah. She told the 6-year-old, "Hey, just walk." It's 5 seconds away. Yeah. Just walk down to the block, get on the bus. So and this is all in Ring camera. She's sitting in the middle of this where she gets picked up. It's like a little field, but it's a 2-way street, and she's just playing there with some slime. Out of nowhere, some pickup truck stops at right next to her, runs out and tries to grab her.
Oh, I did see this video. Now that you think about
and was screaming I got a knife, get in the car, shut up, don't scream.
That guy, right?
Yeah. Trips him, takes this blue slime, slimes it all over him, and he gets freaked out, runs to the car, and she runs back to her home.
Oh, wow. What a hero that girl is.
Insane. That poor little girl.
She's not a hero. She's not going to deal with kind of bullshit.
Yeah,
no,
she shouldn't,
I know,
right?
she shouldn't have
and this guy he's got a rap sheet like no other.
But I mean, the fact that she was able to do that is incredible.
But I think about how messed up in her life. She's just going to be so traumatized for such a long time.
Yeah.
But what it's crazy is when she got all that from? Law and Order. she knew that she had to put something on this guy or do something so that her parents could find her.
Nice.
At some point, yeah.
Chris, to light this podcast up, who is going to win the NHL Stanley Cup this year?
Well, that's a good question.
And then I need you to tell me who's going to win the NBA Finals.
The Pennsylvania Penguins.
The Pittsburgh Penguins is what you're saying.
Chris, what teams are in the playoffs?
The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win the NHL.
Which
Cup.
one do you want? Which one do you want
We'll go Western Conference first.
for the NHL?
Yes.
In the Western Conference, in the Central, I don't even know if there's technically conferences, but in the Central Division, you have Tampa Bay, Florida, Carolina, and Nashville.
Okay, what's in the Eastern Conference?
Steve Kerr is going to steal it in the Eastern Conference.
In the Eastern
Are they
Conference, you have the Capitals, the Bruins, the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the New York Islanders. In the Western Division, you have Colorado, St. Louis, Las Vegas, and I can't think of who the hell Las Vegas is playing.
Are they expanded playoffs still or no?
No, they're
okay.
they're 4 teams. I can't think of who Las
Okay, so
Vegas
give
is
it-
playing
give it-
right
give-
now.
give-
Oh,
give it-
Las Vegas is playing Minnesota. And then in the Canadian division, you have Toronto, Edmonton, Winnipeg, and the Montreal Canadiens.
Chris,
Is that all the teams in Canada?
All the Canadian teams are only playing.
So if I had to put you to Chris McGraw, Joe Keely, lock of the century of the week.
Can we get it right? Joe C's lock of the century of the week.
Whatever.
Thank you.
the Joe C. Lock of the Century of the Week.
Presented by Chris McGraw.
Chris M. edition.
Pat had that whiskey and just did not want to taste it. Just ended it. It was like I don't know why you guys poured me this.
You throw a little Mountain
So
Dew
okay,
in?
Chris, give me a little.
I'm going to pick the Colorado Avalanche to win the Stanley Cup.
Okay.
Go Patrick Waugh.
Colorado Avalanche.
Who do you have in the NBA Finals?
So in the NBA,
I don't need all the teams. I just
you don't need the NBA.
I need who you think's gonna win.
Go the Miami Heat in the
No.
Eastern Conference.
I wonder if the Heat. Check see if the Heat. wins
I
it.
bet you.
the Heat lost. The Heat lost to the Bucks.
I know they're not doing well, and they're literally kind of like whatever the fuck you'd call like the wild card level.
Yep.
But I bet you, Steph Curry.
They got knocked out last night.
Yeah, they're out.
Stop you right there. Stop you right
Goodbye,
there.
Joseph.
Bye.
See you. Bye.
Okay, who do you got?
I'm trying to think because
No, it's the Nets. Going with Nets in the East.
Yeah, me too.
I was thinking the Nets out of the East,
That's out of the East,
and I'm trying to think because I don't like Utah and I don't like.
Denver's not Denver.
I'm not.
Give me
I'm
the
not
Portland
Denver because
Trailblazers.
Denver's got their
What about-
their best player out. I don't like Phoenix, even though they have.
So
they
you're
play
telling me
well.
that basically you're telling me the Lakers are going to win.
No.
No, I don't like LeBron. I think LeBron's on his way out.
I want to choose. I want to be like.
Eclipse
I want to
either.
pick the Nets and the Mavericks. I want to say Luka Doncic is going to get real hot in the playoffs and lead the Mavericks to the championship, but then the Nets will win the championship, and I don't want the Nets to win the championship, but I'm going to go with the New Jersey Nets win the NBA Finals.
Okay, I like it.
But I'm going to choose Dallas to make the
I
championship.
agree.
Wait,
Yes. No, I am not.
Way to go, Joe.
Do you
Way
think
to go.
No
Dallas
idea.
is going to?
But
Yeah, Dallas won earlier today.
Yeah, I
They
like.
beat the Clippers. 113-103 right up there.
I love NBA playoffs. Like that's why this
That's
is my
the
go
only
time.
time
I don't like
It's
NBA
fun.
in general. To be honest.
No way, man. The
not a
NHL
big
playoffs
basketball
by
guy.
far the best.
That's true.
What is that?
NHL playoffs is
Oh,
by far the
yeah.
best. Watching
Yeah.
just snipping
Here's the
in
other thing I
smoke.
want to throw out really quickly is how dumb Tony La Russo is, and his
That guy is
stupidity.
the best.
His stupidity and old school mentality is. I get that maybe some people try to say the White Sox need that. I just think you don't throw your
No, when he
guys
got
up.
hired, everybody's like, "Why the fuck did I hire this old fuck who doesn't know anything about baseball?"
The best line was Rich Eisen coming out saying that frozen caveman that coaches the freaking White Sox.
He's lucky that the team is good, and
Yes.
they're a really good team.
Yeah,
And
they're
he's
really good.
he's like standing in their way on probably.
Yeah.
So go Cleveland, baby.
You want Cleveland? You don't want the Sox to win, huh?
No,
You don't got
I
the
don't
Chicago
really
vibe?
The Cubs are looking better. They're not looking as shitty as they
No,
were the last
no.
couple weeks.
Well, we have two teams, Pat. We have the White Sox and the Chicago Cubs. You don't like the Sox? You don't
That's
want
a
them to win?
tradition.
I'm just indifferent. I don't care about the White Sox.
Yeah, me
I don't care
neither.
anything about them.
Yeah.
They're
This is
just
not,
a
unfortunately,
team.
not a White Sox podcast. So if you like the Chicago White Sox,
Actually, that's not true. The McGraw's brother, Sexy Pepsi, is a big White Sox fan. Huge White Sox fan.
White Sox, go Cubbies!
on that beautiful note, we're going to get ourselves together and get ready for some dinner. I think we all could use a little food. Thank you again for joining us. If it's your first time listening, do us a favor, like and subscribe, and tell a friend. If you got any comments, hit up Pat Lynch at the S&P podcast at gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter and Instagram at podcast S&P. And if you are a repeat customer, thank you again for joining us. Hopefully you're enjoying yourselves on these as the summer starts to hit us and get that good pregame going, baby.
And Joe, when we tell you that there's an 11:30 tea time, and to get there at 11, you get your ass there at 11. Bye!